More FPL. Today I want to go over a wildcard draft I've put together for Gameweek 4. I'm not actually playing my wildcard this week, but hopefully this discussion will give you some food for thought if you are playing it this week. It's certainly helped me think more clearly about decisions going forward. I'll be explaining the overall structure as well as the reasons behind the particular players I've picked. So let's start with my goalkeepers. My first choice is Robert Sanchez of Brighton, who's also in my current squad. My strategy is still to save money on goalkeepers and spend money elsewhere, and of the budget options, Brighton have better fixtures for longer and the strongest defence. They have a decent run coming up until facing Man City in Gameweek 9. Another reason to go with Sanchez is that with Kajal Sherpa being injured, you can get backup Jason Steele for just 4 million, meaning you can have both for 8.5 million and not have to worry about a goalkeeping injury. I don't have any other Brighton players, so I'm not worried about running out of slots. Now let's turn to my defence. My first pick is Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool, who's also in my current squad. He's second top scoring defender with a clean sheet and an assist. He has the best underlying stats of all defenders and should have had more attacking returns. Liverpool still have good upcoming fixtures. My next pick is Luke Shaw of Man United, who's also in my current squad. This spot is a bit more debatable, with United and Shaw having a mixed start. A first clean sheet of the season on Rafael Varane's debut bodes well, and United still have a few more good fixtures at least to rack up some more clean sheets before the fixtures turn a bit. Also, the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo could boost Shaw's assist potential, given he's a good crosser of the ball. My next pick is Nelson Semedo of Wolves. They've had a tough start, but even so, had some of the best underlying stats in the league and were unlucky not to get any clean sheets. He's also looked very attacking from right wing back, and more so than Marçal. You'd think attacking returns would be incoming soon, assuming Wolves strikers sharpen up a bit. My final two picks are budget enablers. Tino Livramento of Southampton, who's also in my current squad, and Brandon Williams, loaned out to Norwich towards the end of the transfer window. These two would be largely on my bench, but they are at least starting and have some attacking threat. Now let's turn to my midfield. My first pick is Mo Salah of Liverpool, who's also in my current squad. He's the top scoring midfielder in the game, and as mentioned before, Liverpool have good upcoming fixtures. He'd likely be my captain in Game Weeks 5 and 6, and could also be a good option in Game Week 4. I think the optimum squad structure at the moment is to have two premium players in your squad as your main captaincy options, and for me, Salah is the standout. He's a good option in most upcoming weeks. My next pick is Diogo Jota of Liverpool, completing my triple up. This is somewhat dependent on the length of Roberto Firmino's injury, which would guarantee more minutes for Jota. He already has a couple of goals this season and always seems to get attacking returns when he gets enough minutes. My next pick is Rafinha of Leeds. Regardless of when I play the wildcard, I do feel he'll come in at some point due to being such good value at 6.5 million. Leeds have had a tough start, but they do have good fixtures from Game Week 5. I'd just get through the game against Liverpool rather than using a transfer. He's shown the ability to score points against anyone previously, anyway. My next pick is Said Benrahma of West Ham, who's also in my current squad. He's had a great start to the season, as have West Ham, particularly in attacking sense. We'll have to see if they can keep it going once the European campaign gets underway, but until then, he seems great value, and West Ham still have good fixtures. My last midfield pick is James McArthur of Crystal Palace. This slot isn't massively important, as he'd likely be my second or third bench option each week, but he does look good for a regular start and the odd attacking return. I'm unlikely to run out of Palace slots, where maybe that would be an issue with Allen of Everton or Yves Bissouma of Brighton. Now let's turn to my attack. My first pick is Cristiano Ronaldo of Man United. I think he's the next best premium pick after Salah for the next few game weeks and will be my captain for Game Week 4 at home to Newcastle. I think Ronaldo will be the main man at United, most likely taking over penalty duties, and maybe some or all free kicks too. United don't cross that much normally, but they did adapt their game to make Cavani a great option for the games he was available for last season. My next pick is Mikhail of West Ham, who's also in my current squad. He's the current top scorer in the game and is quite simply incredible value, even though he's now risen to 7.9 million. He was my captain in Game Week 3 and is a genuine option any week where West Ham have a favourable fixture, while he's performing like a premium asset. As mentioned before, West Ham still have good fixtures and will have to wait and see what impact the European campaign will have on their assets. Personally, I can't see Antonio playing much of a part, particularly in the early stages, and Benrahma may get some rest with Nikola Vlasic coming in late in the transfer window. My last striker pick is Dominick Calvert-Lewin of Everton. He has 3 returns in as many matches and Everton still have good fixtures going forward. He was good value at his price anyway, but with him now being on penalties, he becomes an even better option. Everton are set up to supply him with chances through crosses in particular, so I'd expect to see more from him from open play too. Now let's talk about my team selection and captaincy plans. I'll be playing a 3-4-3 formation with the remaining defender with the best fixture as first bench. Steele would only come in if Sanchez got injured. I would hope to not need to use second or third bench. My captain would be Ronaldo for Game Week 4, Salah for Game Weeks 5 and 6, and then I'd likely bring in Lukaku for Ronaldo and captain him in Game Week 7. From that point, Salah and Lukaku would give me a good captain option each week for quite a while. What other players would I consider for this wildcard? In goal, David Raya of Brentford has an extra clean sheet compared to Sanchez, but Brentford only have a couple more good fixtures coming up before they turn in Game Week 6. In defence, Lucas Digne could be an alternative to Shaw with Everton's good fixture run and his attacking threat. This position could maybe switch to Reece James of Chelsea when he's back from suspension. In midfield, Ferran Torres of Man City or Mason Greenwood of Man United could be alternatives to Jota if Firmino is back sooner than expected. Fornals, Gray or Decore are good alternative, mid-price midfield options. Up front, I could bring in Lukaku instead of Ronaldo to save a transfer in Game Week 7. I could also go Bamford or Jimenez instead of Calvert-Lewin, but despite better fixtures, I haven't seen enough of either yet. So that's what my wildcard team would look like for Game Week 4. Do you agree with my picks? What would you do differently? Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please add your own thoughts and follow-up questions in the comments, and I'll try to get through as many as I can. If you made it to the very end, please destroy the like and subscribe buttons and notification bell to get more FPL.